Okay, what I have here is a seed tray with 36 cells, and I've decided that I'm going to be planting 3 different types of tobacco. I'm going to be planting some Virginia Gold, some Havana, as well as Black Sea Samson. It's always a good idea to start more plants than you think you're actually going to need, because what commonly happens when you transplant them into the ground, several of them might not survive the transplanting process, so it's always good to have some spares on hand that you can replace them with. I filled the seed tray with some Miracle-Gro moisture control potting soil. I also marked on the side of the tray and labeled where each variety of the tobacco will be in the tray, so that way there's no confusion later on, because once they sprout, no matter the variety, all the seeds are going to look essentially the same. If you ordered your seeds online, they'll probably arrive something like this in a small plastic baggie with either 500 or 1,000 seeds in it, depending on what you purchased. You'll first notice they're extremely small, and it almost looks like there's nothing in the envelope when you receive it. And for comparison's sake, here is a bag of Havana seeds that I saved from just 2 plants a couple years ago, and as you can see from just the sheer amount, there's enough Havana seeds in here that I could start a farm if I wanted to. There's literally tens of thousands in this bag. Okay, to get started, I took a piece of typing paper and dumped some of the seeds out in the center of it so I can actually see them because they are so small. And then I will just take my finger and press them into the seeds, and then look to see that I have 6 or 7 or 8 or so seeds on the tip of my finger. And then I will go over one of the cells in the seed tray and just rub my fingers together until all the seeds fall off. It can be kind of nerve-wracking because you can't really see what you're doing as far as putting the seeds in, because they are so small and they just kind of blend in with the dirt. But you really don't want to overdo it, because if you do, you're going to end up with 20 or 30 or more seeds that sprout in each cell, which is going to make your job a lot harder when it comes time to thin out the plants. Ideally, you're just trying to get 5 to 8 seeds at the most in each cell. After you're done planting your seeds, it makes it easy to have the leftover seeds on that white piece of paper, because then you can just fold it over and use it like a funnel to pour the seeds back in the pouch. Once you've put seeds in all of the cells of your seed tray, you can then take some dirt out of your potting soil bag and begin to cover up all of your seeds. Just about 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 inch of dirt is plenty. You really don't want to overdo it and have them planted too deep. Once everything's covered with dirt, you can go ahead and water the seeds in. I usually use a little plastic water bottle to do this, because I can control the amount of water that I'm putting in and how fast it's going in, so I'm certain that I'm not washing them away or drowning them in too much water. Now that everything's taken care of, I'm just going to set these aside in a sunny window until they germinate, and until then, once a day I will take a spray bottle of water and mist the top of the dirt just to make sure that it stays moist and it doesn't ever completely dry out. Depending on conditions and the variety of seeds, it can take anywhere from 5 to 6 days up to a week and a half for all of the seeds to germinate. So if you don't see any results in the first several days, don't be discouraged by that. Just keep the dirt moist but never overly saturated, and soon enough you'll have tiny little sprouts coming up. In the next video, once everything is germinated and you have sprouts, I will show you how to thin the plants out and go over some routine care and maintenance that you'll need to do while the plants are growing.